Hey, what's up? This Big Syke, man, back at you again, man. You know, and right now I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, right? I understand, I get it, you know. People feel like I didn't commit the crimes, so I don't have to do the time. People feel like, you know, he chose to do that. But, like, there are literally people locked up right now that didn't choose to do it. There are literally people locked up right now because they didn't choose to tell on a friend. There are literally people locked up right now that someone wanted some money and they chose to testify against them to obtain that money. You know what I'm saying? And those people may be sitting in DC jail or whatever system they might have went into, and they might be going to sleep hungry, man. They might be going to sleep without a full stomach, man. You know, man, when I went to jail, man, they taught me how to get food. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, the trays over DC jail do not get you food. That shit is like laxatives. The potatoes, the bread, all this shit, you eat it, it goes in you, and it runs straight through you, right? There are dudes in DC jail right now that started robbing. A van is taken. The system forces the animal in the jungle mentality because how they feed us, how they treat us in there. I'm gonna tell y'all a scenario, right, of how inhumane DC jail is and can be, right? All the pipes are ran off of one control knob in the bubble. Right? If the CO doesn't come out and individually cut off each person's toilet, they sit lazy in the bubble, right? Now, back in the day, there were rather good officers, right? I ain't gonna lie to you, right? You know, I know people say, oh, fuck the police, like, about to big up the police. There were officers that were human. Like, they treated us like human beings. There were officers that treated us like sons or nephews. And I would never forget them, man. I would never forget, like, the anger and the frustration and the hurt that I was going through. Me and a lot of my buddies. And those officers treated us like we were still people, when everything and everybody else counted us off as animals or criminals. You know what I mean? Or dehumanized us. You know? And they would come out the bubble, say a guy, you know, say sometimes it might just be a mental health person with mental health issues, and they might come on the tier, right? They might come in the unit. And they might decide to stop, to shove, you know, their clothes or their bedroll in the toilet. Right, all you gotta do is get a shirt, tie a knot in the shirt, tie the shirt in the knot, put it in your toilet, flood the tip, right? So what they'll do, they'll roll up their blanket, right? Their blanket, their sheet, whatever they got, they'll put a layer of plastic over it, right? And this will become their door stopper. Then they'll shove it under their door, they'll clog their door up, and they'll constantly push their toilet, until the water's this high off the floor. Then they'll pull that door stopper, right? And when they pull that door stopper, the water just flows over into the tier and runs in other people's cells. So when the police come on the tier, when the police come up and see water running off the tier, they like this, oh, I'm not going up there. I'm not walking through toilet water. So what they do, they go in the bubble and they cut that whole side water off. And then it's a slight way of getting us to be mad at the person and wanting us to hurt the person. You know, there was a lot of that going on. There was a lot of manipulation games and a lot of games they tried to play to get us to control another man that's going through whatever he's going through. And I can't lie, I was one of those ones. You know, I might have, you know, got something that I shouldn't have, you know, and when I have something that I shouldn't have, a dude might have a general issue, right? And the CO might say, hey, if y'all don't tell him to shut up or get the fuck in his cell, I'm going to call ERT here to shake the whole unit down. So quite naturally, we like, fuck, Holmes, you about to make us get shaken down for what you doing or what you got going on, and we turn on it. And that was some Willie Lynch lessons, man. You know what I mean? Do your history, do your homework on Willie Lynch, man. You know what I'm saying? Willie Lynch said, man, if you turn the big against the small. No, you get the big to hate the small. You get the dark to hate the light. You know what I mean? This is something that they would teach for generations. This is something that we would start teaching ourselves. Right? And over DC jail, they taught us to hate each other. Right? They taught us how to divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? And it was bad, Slim. It was bad. But, you know, so what would happen is, you know, and the CO, man, the police would leave our water off for hours. So what would happen is, and I know y'all looking for the bitch now. I get it, right? What would happen is, man, if I take a shit, right? Now, mind you, we eating jail food. So if I take a shit, you, my cellie, you would have to get a layer of plastic. You have to get a layer of plastic, right? Lay it in the toilet on top of my shit, right? And then you'll shit on that plastic. Because they was refusing to cut. I don't care how much you bang. I don't care how much you yell. I don't care how much you do. Whatever the fuck you think you're going to do. The police will refuse to come on that tier and shut that one person's toilet off. And they would allow us to be up there for hours. I'm talking about one time they cut our water off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The water didn't come on at 12 at night for us to flush them toilets, man. So we pissed on top of each other piss. We shitted on top of each other shit. You know, all those types of things. You know what I mean? And it's bad, man. It's bad. But like you know, what I was getting to in the beginning, right? Not to drift off into the horrors of jail and, you know, what men are going through in there. And that's why I say, check on your peoples, man. I don't care what they did or what you think they did. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Right? And just because, always remember that everybody in this world has made a mistake that brought them close to jail. They just didn't get caught for it, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't never file judgment on anybody, man. You know, don't you ever find yourself judging nobody behind the walls, man. Or talking down to nobody behind the walls, because it could be you. Because like I said, all it takes is me and another person that wants some money from the government and know a little bit about a case. And all we got to do is say, hey, it was him. Yeah, it was you. And guess what? You going to jail, buddy. You going to jail, and all the motherfucking opinions you got and all them, you know, judgments you got about dudes behind that wall, you gonna be one of them people, buddy. Yeah, and we ain't gonna give a fuck about you. We just looking for a check. And that's how that go, buddy. That's how they go. But listen, right? Back to the people that's in there, man. I was one of those people, right? And I used to be so hungry. Now, mind you, I ain't always been this big. So don't first off get that out your head that, oh, you fat, so you gonna always be hungry. No. I used to work out. I got pictures on my Instagram. You go check me out. I was slim. I was slimmer. You know what I mean? I was always a big old, strong, aggressive young. But when people would make food, like I wouldn't go to commissary. You know, and that's going to lead me to my second conversation. I didn't have the money. I couldn't call home and ask people to go to commissary, you know, send me money to commissary. You know, so what happened was one night, a dude was making a nacho, right? I smelled the Doritos. I smelled the cheese he was whipping up and putting the milk in to stretch it. I smelled the hot sauce. I smelled the mackerel fish. You know what I mean? That's how bad it was, bro. Like I was in the end cell and I could smell this dude making a nacho in the first cell. That's how bad it was, bro. You know, and I hurt so bad, Stem. And that, you know what else that does to a person? When you're hungry, right, and you look around and in your mind you believe that you don't have no help or don't nobody care about you, it turns your heart black, man. It turns your heart black, man, because now you saying to yourself, it's me against the world, and what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do? And because I was a big old aggressive youngin' that already suffered from, you know, childhood traumas and you know, just mental turmoil that I went through growing up, I turned all that anger on everybody that I came across. But listen, man, check on y'all peoples, man. There's somebody in DC jail right now hungry, man. There's somebody in DC jail right now that just needs somebody to check on them and tell them that they love them, man. This big Syke, man. Like, subscribe, hey. Voice of the City, man.